Hello everyone, greetings. In this video, we'll explore SharePoint Modern Admin Center. We'll go through the different options and enhancements that we have available in the modern experience of the Admin Center of SharePoint. Now, let me introduce myself. My name is MD Rizwan Alaman. Now, overview. So, in this whole video, we'll be going to SharePoint Modern Admin Center. We'll see the dashboard and we will go through the overview. Then we will see the modern site creation experience and what are the options we have available, what are the policies available in that modern experience we have related with sharing or access control, then what are the settings and what are the different settings that we can do still through this modern site. And there are some settings that still we need to navigate to the classical experience one. And then what are the migration options that is still available that is there in our modern center admin center. So our modern admin center's homepage, if you open, it looks like the way exactly it is there. So in this homepage, you have different activity reports, site usage report. Let me directly show you from the portal, admin center itself. So this is one admin center that I have created for this specifically this for this video purpose. So you can see here that file activity report. Now in this file activity report, you can see last 30 days activity of your files, then site usage report of last 30 days and different messages. So that message means each message gives you high level overview of plan change and how it may affect your users, or linked out more details information to help you to prepare for your site collection. Then you can see your SharePoint site health related messages here. Even you can see for other services. Now another option one you have, like you can customize your navigation. This you can see the UI itself is very different and it's a modern UI. And you have option to customize your navigation, like all the options are here. If you want, you can remove some of the options or you can include some of the options from the left side, whichever you want, and you can save it. The option will change accordingly. Now let me show you site creation. So site creation, we have option various, like we can see active deleted, you can create it. Let me directly show you from the portal again. Now site creation. So you have active and deleted site. Let me select the active one. Now here you can see all the storage information, like what are the total space you have, how many how much is occupied. Then you can see individual occupancy as well, like which site collection is using how much space. Then some more information you can navigate and you can check, like primary admin, it is connected to hub or not, which template it is using, team site or communication site, or if you have any classical site, that also you can know from here. Last activity, created date, then if it is a Microsoft 365 group or not, and then last file view counts, and then page view counts, file count, sensitivity, and then external sharing, and even you can customize this column from here itself, or even you can change the different view from here. You can search it, refresh it. So it's very easy to know all the things, and the UI is also very friendly. Now let me even you can export this into your CSV file. Now let me show you how you can create a new site. So when you click this in the modern experience, you will get two options. You can choose team site or communication site. So team site means mostly we use for team activities, to conversation, sharing documents, and communication site means it's a dynamically beautiful content to engage your people on the different projects, tasks, or the different events. Now you have another option is like other options, like those apart from these two templates. If you want to choose any other template, you can select here. You can choose team site, document center, enterprise wiki, publishing portal. On top of that, if you want to choose any the classical templates that you need, you can select this. So it will navigate you. It will open a new page. So that page will give you all the previous sites that we used to create in our classical experience, all the classical theme sites, enterprise, publishing, or custom template you have. So I'll not go detail into this one. I'll quickly create one, let's say, communication site. So I can create one demo site, demo site, and then I can choose the owner, and then default language. If you have any other language you want to create for the site collection, or you want to apply you want to have this site collection into different language, you can choose it from here. Some other advanced option, time zone, you can define from here. Which time zone you want, you can choose it from here. You can give your description for demo purpose and finish it. So with that, it will create within a few seconds, and maybe it will give you some more option to add the honors. This is even it doesn't take even 10 seconds, and your site is ready. So you can just click and check some more details of this site. So you can know the general information of the site, like site name, URL from here itself, and you can have the activity details from here, like last site activity, file stored, view, feed view in last 30 days. So those activity reports also you can get from this admin center. You can see the permissions of the site, like who is the site admins. You can again manage it. You can add multiple users, then site owners and site members, site visitors. All things you can know from here. You can even manage it. So these are some options you have available. Also, you have option to enable the policies within the site, like site sharing related, external sharing, and sensitivity. So I'll go detail into external sharing into another tab. So this is what we have available for site creation experience. Again, I'll show you even site delete. So all the site deleted will be here. If you want anyone, you can restore it or you can delete it permanently. There is a policy like after 93 days, this site will be permanently deleted. You can get some other information as well. So that we have available for this. Now, the activity related, the one we discussed, you have option in the site active, like you can see general activity permission policy. Now we'll see the policies. So regarding the policy, we have a two option, like sharing and access control. Sharing means when we share file or folders or even content, so we can apply some rules and policy on that. And access control means controlling our site collection from different access. So let me again go through this Modern Admin Center. Now policy. So in policy, you have a two options, sharing and access control. Let me go to sharing. So this sharing, you can see the first one is it is related with SharePoint and OneDrive. So the must permissive is there and the least permissive. The must permissive means you can share the file and content to anyone which doesn't require any signing. Now, if you want, you can reduce one level, which means new or existing guest can see the external shared file through a verification code. So this is one. Again, you can reduce one more level. The guest users which are available in your organization directory, those can only you can share those files only to those users. So that is one. Or you can go to the list permissive, which means you can share the content within your organization. You cannot go outside of that one. So this you can set it for both OneDrive as well as SharePoint. Now another interesting thing is if I reduce the permission of SharePoint, the OneDrive permission will reduce automatically. So that we can see from here. Now individual sharing, the way I show, like in the site collection, you can go and you can enable individual sharing for itself. For each site collection, you can define different kind of sharing method or sharing options. Now some more options are here. More external sharing setting, like you can limit the sharing by domain. So it means when user will share to any external, that should be with the fixed domain. You can limit by the domain, or only a specific group of users will be able to share the content outside or to external user. That also you can define through this option. Or guest user must sign in the same account which shared invitations are set. This is also you can apply. Or allow guest to share means if you share some file or document to any external guest, whether he can share that file or folder not, that also you can define it from here. Or you can, another option is people use the specific code must be authenticated after certain. If the any external user we are giving any authentication code while sharing a file for external sharing, so you can apply the policy after certain duration that code will be expired and you need to re-authenticate. Another one is file folder link. So link related setting you can apply from this option, which means like only a specific group or only the people in your organization, anyone with the link can access that one. Now another one option is like when we share files or library or folder to any external user or even within the organization. So we give them with two options. Either they can only view the files, folders, or they can view as well as edit. So that option is here. For default option, you can define it from here. Now you can also apply the expiry date for like expiry duration for that sharing link. And another one is file sharing. You can apply permission either they can only view or view and edit both while sharing. You can give those options. For folder, you can give view, edit, upload, or only view. So this sharing option you can apply. Another key sharing option is like to show the name of owner on the OneDrive or list site owners to display the name. And another one is short link. While sharing the link size will be or file URL will be reduced. So these are some settings you can apply and you can save it. It will be applied to the all SharePoint site collection, or you can apply it individually going into individual site collection. Now access control. So the one we discussed, the external sharing. Now access control. So access control will be based on these four options like unmanaged device, idle session timeout, network location, or apps that don't use the modern authentication. Now let me show you this again from the admin center. So unmanaged device means you can access the or you can apply control on the access of your site collection to the device which are not connected to the domain. So that policy you can apply from here. Here is the session idle session timeout. If someone is not doing any activity with the SharePoint opening site collection or any page, so the session will be timeout after certain duration. You can go and you can enable and you can set the time. Now network location, you can define the site collection to be accessed only to certain IP range. So that IP range you can define from here, or you can turn it off. Now another, this one is one setting like there are several like classical or you can say old apps. Those are not using modern authentication methodology. For those apps, if you want, you can disable or allow the access for your site collection. For example, Office 2010, which is not following the modern authentication. So you can restrict SharePoint site collection to use those files. Now let me go you another setting. So we have a modern setting for default admin center, which means you can have a classical admin center or modern admin center that you can define as a default. Then pages related some setting and notification. Then you have a setting related with site creation and storage limit. So again, let me go back to the site collection setting. Default admin center. So you can define that this modern experience will be the default admin center or the classical one. So that also you can define from here. Then pages. So you can allow user to create the modern pages and allow comment on those pages. So these both are checkbox. You can either choose one or both or none. Then SharePoint notification you can enable. And then site creation related options like allow user to create site from the site SharePoint start page and OneDrive. You can choose like site or teams. and then you can set a default time zone. And then storage limit, it is automatic, and I prefer to go with automatic. However, if you want, you can change it into the manual, and you can specify the limit for each site collection. Now there are some settings which are not still available in this modern one, so you can click and you can have that into different tab, and that is still showing with the classical experience. I think Microsoft will slowly migrate this also into the modern experience. So here there are some settings like OneDrive and SharePoint show hide option, and SharePoint storage management, classical experience of OneDrive, and there is related video streaming, personal blogs, site pages, global experience, version setting, and then site creations, and then also like there are some important setting that we need most of the time for developers, like custom scripting, preview features. So there are some other settings which are still available that people get confused, like these are not available. It is available, just you need to open, and it will be doing still in the classical format. Now I'll close, and let me go back. So now I'll discuss about some migration options that we have available in this Modern SharePoint site. So this migration means migration manager is there, that is available in SharePoint Admin Center. So migration manager provides centralized way of connecting servers, creating tasks, and automatically distributes the migration task. Now another tool is SNSTMT, which calls SharePoint Migration Tool, which help you to migrate your files from SharePoint on-prem document, list, libraries, or regular files shares to the cloud or SharePoint Online. And then Mover service is there, that is for cloud to cloud migration, where you can migrate your files from Box, Dropbox, Google, Amazon, or even from SharePoint tenant to tenant and more. So let me just show you again this from the portal migration option. So migration manager is available in this project site, and then other migration option is there, like SPMT, SharePoint Migration Tool. So it means SharePoint Server 2010, 13, or 16. You can migrate your content from on-prem to cloud, SharePoint Online. And then Mover is there for cloud to cloud migrations. So with that, there are many other options are there that you can have your team stored, user profile related settings are here, search related settings are here, and then you have a configuration for your app that you are publishing in the SharePoint App Store. You can manage it, monitor it, or you can apply licenses. DCS is here, secure store, record management, info path related is there that I think soon they will depreciate it. Hybrid picker is there, and SharePoint classical site page will be removed from again. Already they have given the warning, soon they are going to remove it. And navigation I have not allowed, like content services. So if you see, there are content service related settings. So content type, galleries are there. Those all options are here. So this is all you have in your modern experience. So you can see UI is super perfect and very friendly, user friendly, enhanced UI. And another thing is site creation is extremely fast. It is becoming like a piece of cake. Within a few seconds you can create a site collection, which earlier it was taking much more time. So that's all. Like let me give you the overall summary that we covered in this video. So we saw like SharePoint Modern Admin Center, its dashboard and overview. What are the even you can track your activities of your file, and also you can see the site usage, file views. All those logs are and reports are available in the dashboard. Modern site creation and its option, which is extremely fast and very easy. Then you can get lots of information from the admin center itself. You can manage users, admin, external sharing, and then policies related with sharing, with access control, different settings, migration option. So that's all for this video, and thank you for giving your time. And if you have any queries, please share, or if you have any feedback, please comment it. Thank you.